And before we dive into today's conversation, some of you have noticed that the tunage in our podcast has changed. Yes, we've got new music, kind of much more of a chill, kind of groovy, lighthearted acoustic jam. And there's a pretty fun backstory about where that came from, actually. So that music was being played by someone who's kind of like family to me, to the Good Life Project, to our community, Kristoffer Casey Carter. And he's been a part of our community, of everything that we're doing for a long time now, been a central part of the camp that we did for 5 years, a friend, a collaborator. And Casey was actually in town in New York City, and he was crashing here. And we were just kind of hanging out, and he and I were sitting in the studio one evening, and I had these 2 guitars hanging up there. One of them was a guitar that I spent a month building with my own hands in a small workshop out in rural Pennsylvania about a year ago, actually. And Casey grabbed the guitar, he's sitting there, and he's just kind of noodling with it. Now, Casey is a lifelong musician, creator. He is just musical. He lives musically. He thinks musically. And as he's playing with the guitar, I said to him, hey, I've wanted to actually create something much more personal to our vibe for a while. What do you think of just noodling a little bit here? And wouldn't it be cool if we were able to offer tracks as the backdrop for Good Life Project, the podcast, that was a blend of you sharing your heart, your genius for music through a guitar that I built with my own hands. So he just started playing, and we turned on the mics. And within a matter of minutes, what you hear now as our sort of revised theme and transition and fun music, that's the backdrop, the sonic backdrop for podcast, is what came out. And I actually learned shortly after that what he was noodling was actually a song that he had written a number of years earlier called Happy Little Life, which is like a full circle moment, because indeed, aren't we all trying to live our own happy little life? So it was really awesome the way that it all came together. By the way, Kristoffer Carter also is stepping into the podcasting world in a pretty big way, airing deep, beautiful, moving conversations with his own podcast. That podcast is called This Epic Life, and I definitely strongly recommend that you go and give it a listen. Check it out. You will love it. Once you get turned on to those conversations, you're going to stay turned on. So I hope you found that little backstory kind of fun and interesting. All right, dropping us back into our conversation of the day.